Now, a CBS 4 News health alert. An estimated 20 million Americans have undergone LASIK eye surgery to correct nearsightedness and improve distance vision. Surveys show high patient satisfaction, but some patients say the minimally invasive surgery ruined their eyesight. As CBS News medical contributor Dr. Narula reports, one expert who wants back the procedure is now campaigning to get it off the market.
It's a devastation that I can't even explain.
Abraham Rutner says LASIK surgery damaged his vision and nearly ruined his life.
So what happened after the surgery?
Things would appear double. Around the lights were like having starbursts.
After months of not being able to drive or do his job, the Brooklyn electrician finally found help in Miami.
His cornea is very distorted as a result of his LASIK surgery,
where optometrist Edward Boschnick fitted him with special contact lenses.
Don't blink.
Boschnick estimates he's treated thousands of patients with LASIK complications. Paula Kofer had surgery 19 years ago.
And from day one, my vision was an absolute train wreck, and it still is today.
She started a LASIK complications support group on Facebook and quickly found she was not alone.
You really have to understand you're risking your only pair of eyes.
How you feeling?
Perfect.
Since 1998, an estimated 20 million LASIK procedures have been performed. And according to an FDA patient survey, more than 95% of patients were satisfied with their vision after surgery. Still, the FDA's own website is filled with stories of serious complications. Patients report relentless eye pain, dizziness, detached retinas, and tell the agency LASIK ended my life, and this procedure needs to stop.
Essentially, we ignored the data on vision distortions that persisted for years.
Morris Waxler is a retired FDA advisor who voted to approve LASIK. He now says that vote was a mistake.
I re-examined the documentation, and I said, wow, this is not good.
Waxler says his own analysis of industry data shows complication rates between 10 and 30%. In 2011, he petitioned the FDA to issue a voluntary recall of LASIK. 3 years later, the agency denied that request and now tells CBS News it, quote, has not found any new safety concerns associated with LASIK devices.
Do you think that this should be taken off the market?
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with a person's eyes who goes to get LASIK. They could go and get a pair of glasses.
And you can see that light is going to get sharper and sharper.
Doctors who perform LASIK surgery say risks can be minimized with pre-surgical screening.
The most important thing is knowing who to operate on and who not to operate on. And there are people who really should not have this procedure.
Abraham Rutner now believes he was never a good candidate.
And I was blaming myself. Why in the world did I go into it?
Rutner estimates his vision is now about 90% improved. He tolerates the discomfort of hard contact lenses, but wishes he had known more before he had LASIK.
What would you tell someone who came to you and said they were considering having LASIK done?
Think it over. It's your eyes. It's not something that you could rectify later.
Doctors we spoke with stress the importance of pre-surgical screening to make sure the patient is a good candidate for the surgery. People whose corneas have a certain shape, those who are diabetic or have other autoimmune diseases or are taking certain prescription medications should not have LASIK. Dr. Narula, CBS News, New York.
The FDA says, as with any medical procedure, there are potential risks, and anyone considering LASIK should weigh the risks and the benefits.